What if you could change your life? What if the sorrow could become joy and the darkness the light? What if you could heal not only yourself but those around you? Well, you can. This is Alchemy, and these are the Alchemy Sisters. Join psychic Jennie McDaniel and spiritual advisor Mandee Elam for a magical 1-hour journey into esoteric spiritual discussions.
Hello and welcome to the Alchemy Sisters. You are here with Mandee and Jennie. Happy new moon, Jennie. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Happy new moon in Gemini, I think it is, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, that's what I was hearing. I didn't super look into this one closely, but I did see some articles going around that it was in Gemini, and it's time to really manifest dreams as opposed to kind of working on relationships or goals. It's a time to really daydream and think about what you want. And anytime the new moon comes around, that's your time to really set intentions and see what's rising in you and call it in. So I think there's a little extra magic in the air with that on this new moon.
I did. I looked at one article and it had talked about manifesting and dreams and letting the mind really wander, and I liked it. I liked what it had to say. I'm having beautiful weather here in Northern California. How's the weather in Southern Florida there?
Good. Well, it is summer, and it is hot. I took my dogs for a walk this morning. We go out at 8 a.m. every morning. We hit our little trail by 8:30, and it was 92 degrees, humidity, hot. So summer is here in South Florida. And I couldn't even go jump in the ocean. I wanted to go take a dip in the ocean. I like to do that. But I guess in South Florida, there's a lot of seaweed and there's sea lice going on. So they kind of get into your skin and cause a rash and stuff. So I guess the cardinal rule that I just learned recently in South Florida is no swimming in the ocean between Mother's Day and Father's Day, and then you don't have to worry about sea lice. So that was very interesting.
Yes, with you living in Florida, I've learned a lot about the water and how there was this very bizarre bacteria that was washing up on the shore, and you were saying that was creating some problems. And yes, I didn't realize until I had someone move close to the water how many things can be harmful and you have to watch out for.
Yeah, you have to be mindful. The ocean's its own ecosystem, and there's always a threat. There's riptides and animals and all kinds of different things. I saw something I was excited about that I saw in the news was that there was a great white shark up in the New York Sound, somewhere around there, and that there was also a lot more whales and dolphins and other things being sighted earlier, and they're crediting that to the ocean being cleaned up a little bit. So some positive efforts are starting to pay off, and that's pretty exciting.
I like to hear it. We'll have to post something about that on the Heart Over Ego page. I like doing those kinds of posts on that page. Lots of good positive news.
Yeah, listeners, if you're just tuning in or it's your first time hanging out with Jennie and I, typically each week we have a guest. This week it's just Jennie and I. We're going to be talking about a couple things and taking some callers. Our entire intention is simply to offer a space of free healing and connection and resources to help people kind of navigate life a little bit and the divine energies and figure out how they can grow. And we started our own radio network here. This is called Heart Over Ego Radio. And we have several shows coming up that we're going to be adding on, and it's very exciting. Do you want to tell our listeners a little bit about some of those, Jennie?
Absolutely. Well, first I want to mention we have Womb Magic on Fridays, and I'll let Mandee give you the exact time, but it's a fantastic show that Mandee Elam and Heidi Summers does, and there's so much information. It's chock full. You can find us on Spreaker. You can find us on many of the apps available for podcasts, and we're proud to present all of our information for free and to give it a chance to marinate together. We're going to have a lot of different shows, so it'll perk most people's attention. For example, Fridays. What time is your show, Mandee?
We do Womb Magic at 9:30 in the morning Eastern time on Fridays. However, all of our shows are now being uploaded to the Spreaker. The Spreaker, I guess it's an app, and it's as well as like a website, and basically it takes podcasts and turn them into content. So then we're sharing them on YouTube as well. So you can always catch a replay. If it's not here on Blog Talk, you can catch it on Spreaker or on YouTube, and that goes for the Alchemy Sisters and for Womb Magic.
Excellent. Yes. And on Sundays, we're going to have a replay of our old show on our old network, DPR Presents. It was a Sunday show, it was a free-for-all. We had different types of healers on. People call in, get free readings. It's very exciting, comical yet serious and enlightening show. And Drew's scheming up a name for that. It'll be me, Jennie McDaniel, and Drew Pillow on Sundays. Pretty sure we're going to do right around 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time if you want to call in and get some live readings. And we have Leela and her good friend. I'm drawing a blank on her name. I'll get her co-host name. Leela's going to be starting up on Thursdays with Rain Radio. I think we put her on Thursdays. I'll have to take a look at that again. But hers is going to be a lot of social understandings, emotional healings, spiritual healing. Brilliant show. She had a show a couple years ago called Rain Radio, and she's going to do a replication of that. And in the future, in July, we're going to have an astrology show and a heartful economical business show. So you have those to look forward to with Charlie and Jen there. And I think I covered it. Crystal's going to be having a show. We haven't molded that yet. That's probably going to be a spiritual awareness show. So that's also coming. We hope to fill 7 days. You'll be getting information all the time. Again, if you go to our Spreaker app and punch in Heart Over Ego, you're going to have access to all of our old shows, all of our new shows when they come out. And as far as I know, we're on Heart Over Ego, iHeartRadio and iTunes by now. So like us, give us a little support, share, tell your friends about us if they're into what we're into. And you have anything to add to that, Mandee?
No, just come play with us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Alchemy Sisters. Jennie and I love to play around on there. We're constantly sharing things. Our engagement grew a lot this week. I think we had like over 500 likes, and it said we reached a few thousand people. So that was pretty exciting, and I've noticed things are getting shared along and people are having conversations, and it's just a nice place to kind of come and play, and we kind of like to make fun and have a lot of humor and laughs, too, about this crazy thing we called life. So I just encourage our listeners to come and play with us over on the Alchemy Sisters page because we love it and we're there, and we always like interacting with you guys.
Yeah, so much fun. We share a lot of comical spiritual posts and kind of make light of this crazy dramatic experience we have here on Earth. So it hopefully lightens the load like it does ours for you.
Very true. So Jennie, I do see we have a few callers already lined up to take some calls. So at any point we can take calls. And I also wanted to see if there was just anything on your heart you wanted to talk about tonight.
Oh, I don't really have any huge topics. When I found out we were going to be doing the show without a guest, I was thinking, what should I talk about? Nothing popped up. So I was hoping that we could just do some readings and explain ourselves in that way or show our skills in that way. Do you have anything that you want to talk about? Anything on your heart and mind?
Oh, I could talk about all kinds of things, but we're going to get to a caller in just a minute. I do want to say last week's energy was kind of heavy. There was a lot going on astrologically. Astrology is not my strongest suit, but I certainly read a lot about it, and it made a lot of sense. So if you had a rough week last week, just know that there were a lot of things going on in the stars and energetically. And, I always encourage my clients and our listeners to take a breath when things are kind of feeling a little balanced, a little, not so in control. If you're a female, see where you're at in your moon cycle, what might be going on hormonally, see what's going on in the stars, because a lot of times there's other energies that can kind of influence us or maybe create hardship in relationships, things like that. And I felt it sure lift yesterday, and today I woke up feeling like $1,000,000. So I know that the planet shifted and the energy changed, and I certainly feel a lot better from it. So I just want to encourage our listeners to always, before self-criticizing or being hard on themselves or trying to fix something right away, sometimes we just have to go with the flow and honor whatever energies are happening. So I just wanted to encourage our listeners to do that.
Wonderful. Always good advice.
Excellent. Well, let's go ahead and take a caller. The first caller we're going to take is area code 415. Hello, 415. You are with the Alchemy Sisters. How can we support you?
Hi, hello. This is Anne from California.
Hi, Anne. How are you tonight?
Good. I haven't listened to your show before or called in, so I'm not sure what kind of readings that you guys do.
Excellent. Well, we kind of do a little bit of everything. If you could just kind of give us like an idea of something you might want to look into, that would be helpful. Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, I would say in the area of new career and moving. I mean, I'm open to moving for a new job. I don't have to, but I'm ready to for the next stage.
That's exciting. Well, if you heard the beginning of the show, it's time to really, on the new moon always, but this is a really good time to start manifesting the things that we want. So you picked a perfect night to do that. Jenny, do you want to start?
Sure. Anne from California. Well, right away when you told me you were from California, I started to pick up on the energy even more intensely because I'm also in California, so it's wonderful. We're in the same state here. But what they were saying, my spirit guides came up first, and we'll bring yours in a second. But what my spirit guides were showing was more ease and grace around financial situations. So they're showing more money signs somewhere else, and they're showing this to be a combination of reasons. They're saying, California is dang near the most expensive state to live in, probably right up there with New York, depending on where you're at. And I don't see it really getting cheaper to live here in the future. So that's just going to always be a kind of nagging annoyance is like, okay, how much more? So they're saying that you get like a break. So if you choose, so they're saying, first of all, you're the determiner of your truth. Thank you for displaying it before us so we can help give you some hints and ideas. At the end of the day, you're the determiner of what you do with the information. So we just want to put the power in your hands that you can carve, shape, mold anything you want if you put effort and time and diligence into it. So they're saying, we're getting the impression you may want to move. So feeling like maybe that might spark some energy or get some different energy going. You're right about that. You're intuitive in your own right. I don't know exactly what kind of work you do, but naturally you're intuitive. And they're saying it will shake things up. So it's good. I'm getting green lights that it would be a good thing for you. Again, you'll be the one doing all the logistics and maneuvering and applying for jobs and looking online and things like that, however that works in your career field there. So what they're saying is thumbs up on moving out of California. You can always come back and visit. And worst case scenario, you try somewhere, you like it for a few years, you decide to come back, no big whoop. You get to move around. They're saying it'll be a lot. They're just saying you're able to. So I don't know if you don't have a lot of kids or if you're just a gypsy in general, but they're just saying you can. It's in your nature. You can be moving around and not have the typical strains. Now, you'll have some stress if you relocate, but they're just saying, yes, this is well in your scope of doing, and now we got your spirit guides coming in, and they're showing it, opening up your heart chakra. So look around, put the fishing line out, see what you can kind of snag somewhere else, but it would be cool to kind of talk to yourself and let yourself daydream. It's that new moon energy that we have coming in that's in Gemini. Let your mind, we've trained our minds to be diligent little soldiers, but let it open up and experience daydream and allow yourself to daydream and wonder. And they're saying in that space you might get some hits on where you should apply for jobs. Hey, the Northeast is speaking to me, or the Northeast is not speaking to me. I don't really want to go there. So they're saying narrow it down, play around with it, maybe even take a couple of vacations, see how you like different areas. So they're saying you could pretty much go anywhere. What do you do for a living? What's your job?
I don't want to do the same job. I work in events. I work in event planning. So it would be a big change. So I'm not interested in continuing on in that area.
Yeah. Well, even better. They're saying that with that gypsy energy that they were showing that you've got, by the way, you have past lives where you were in tribes that moved around a lot like gypsies is.
Mm-hmm.
You were a gypsy
I
as well as
that.
tribal nomadic. Yeah, that's just in your nature or whatever. And again, you don't have to do that this lifetime, but they're saying you can. Your cell memory will just come right back, and you'll be like, I can do this. I'm moving across the country, no big deal. Again, you might have a little stress with it. But yeah, what would you like to do? Do you want to be a healer? What do you want to do? When you let your mind wander,
I don't have an answer for that. I don't have I don't have a job title.
Okay. Yep. Just let your mind wander and play around with that, and let your soul speak and see what pops up and grab it. You can do it. Mandee, are you getting anything?
I am, and I think it's awesome that you called in, and I'm excited for you. I pulled several angel cards for you, and it's kind of cool. The first one is to take a step back, because your angels are just kind of stepping in and saying that you've established, like, hey, I'm ready to welcome in something new and different. I'm not sure what that looks like, but I know that this is no longer serving me, and I'm ready to step into something different. They're showing you being offered kind of several jobs here in the future. You've done a lot of networking. You've teased a lot of people, and it'd be easy for you to shift into a new position that might be, temporary, in the sense you might just want to do it for a few years, not something as like a super career, but it would be a stepping stone on the right path that you want. And then that followed the new beginning card. So they're really wanting you to step into this energy. And I don't know, has anybody ever tried to steal you away a little bit from some of your event planning?
Steal me away?
Yeah, like offer you jobs or say, oh, you would be really great at this, let me know. They're showing some networking with possibly someone you've already met before. It's
not
kind
yet.
of okay, keep your ears out and just have fun and stay present right now, because the biggest thing that you've done is you've opened up the doors for the universe. Now, it's cool that Jennie said you're a gypsy soul and whatnot, because I picked that up on you as well, and that you are very intuitive, and your intuition's on point with a lot of things. You question it often. You don't always give it credit, but you're usually pretty right. And so if that's a skill that you're really interested in developing more or sitting with, the universe really wants you to maybe take a class around that, or even maybe a Reiki class, something to start channeling that energy more. And in the meantime, they don't want you to worry. They want you to have fun this summer. There's a big connection with your soul medicine to music. How do you resonate with music?
Yeah, definitely. It is part of, it's what lifts me up, and it's what I like to do the most on my free time, live music. And
okay, good, because they're showing that as a bit of a distraction for you to not worry so much about what's going to happen in the future, but to allow your passions to come. A lot of the time our life path has to do with what we're passionate about and what makes us happy, and they're just showing a big connection to music, and that'll allow you to clear your mind. You're also going to have a lot of fun kind of celebrating with friends, doing things, and there's an opportunity to make just a little bit more money this summer. Follow Jennie's advice. You really get to decide where you want to go next. And it looks like you're going to have a big adventure in the near future. And so they just want you to be open-hearted and ready to receive that, and keep your ear out for some networking opportunities right now.
Great. Thank you so much. That all sounds good.
All right. Take care, Ann.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's so natural to be nervous and anxious when we have life changes, it's crazy. We do it. It's natural to do that, but it's crazy because really it's an opportunity for so much advancement. So we call ourselves the Alchemy Sisters for many reasons, one of which is we want everyone to try to alchemize fear and stress into curiosity. It's going to change the shade of color, of energy, so to speak, of the situation. So again, very natural for a human to get nervous and anxious around big changes, but if you can shift and steer that energy into an excitement, curiosity, things will be spread out a lot more smoothly. Anxiety and stress is always going to add catches to the giddy up. So anytime we have a change, just allow yourself to feel what you're going to feel. And if you start to notice that you're stressing and having too much fear and anxiety around it, it's starting to curb your excitement or your drive forward, sit that anxiety down and be like, hey, you're not helping the situation. You're bad for my adrenals and nervous systems. I'm going to use my energy and put it toward excitement and curiosity. So just rationalizing with that emotion and being aware of it has it lose some of its energy, and then you can turn it around. Again, easier said than done, but it is possible. So alchemizing the fear into curiosity is going to get us so much more advancement and abundance than stagnant energy of fear and stress. Again, don't get mad at yourself. If you feel it, you're a human, but try not to.
Oh. Absolutely. You know, we're all just humans, and we're all just doing the best that we can. But, you know, what was cool about Anne's call is she explained how she is like, you know, I just know this is no longer what I want to be doing. I'm ready for something different. I have no idea what that would be. And that's one of the biggest, most vulnerable, most advanced kind of contracts you can sign with the universe. It's saying like, hey, I'm ready to receive. I'm ready to receive something new. This is no longer in alignment. Thank you for serving me as long as it did, but I'm ready for something different. And when we just put that energy out there and trust that the universe is going to provide us with something different and better for us, it really works. All of a sudden you see, you know, a poster for a class you might want to go to, or you get invited to go out with some friends and you meet someone new and you network, and who knows, because it's all a bunch of little steps that lead you onto your life path. They were definitely giving me signs for Anne that she was highly intuitive and could definitely hold space in the healer field. So I'm curious to see where she ends up, and it'll be a fun adventure for her.
Yes, I can never tell where people are with their practice when they call in. I can always just tell if they have the energy of a healer. And that's why I was like, oh, do you want to be a healer? Because you got the energy of a healer. Certainly she doesn't have to in this lifetime. Again, she's the determiner. She gets to steer the beautiful wheel of life. And again, there's some happenstance and things that get in the way of our manifestation. But if you just keep that motor running, you don't even have to be at full board. Just keep it going. Keep hearing, looking for the connections, looking for the network, desiring it. The universe helps pull you through.
Absolutely. All right. You ready for our next one, Jenny?
Sure.
Okay. The next caller we're going to take is 914. Hello, 914. You're with the Alchemy Sisters. Who are we speaking with?
Hi. Thanks for taking my call. My name is Christine.
Hi, Christine. How can we support you today?
Hi. I was just wondering if you could pick up anything regarding my move. I am actually going to be moving in a couple of weeks, and I'm just wondering if you could pick up anything surrounding it.
Well, yeah, I'm picking up a lot of stuff, but we're going to start here. We're going to start with you first, then we'll stretch out into the actual physical move or the move itself. So what Spirit is having me do right off the bat, and I'm not sure if you're familiar with energy work, but we're going to do just a short minute of it because they're saying the nervous system and the adrenals are hit. This is normal, right? I've moved across the country so many times. I feel your anxiety. I feel your, what ifs, and everything's kind of boxed up and things are all amiss. They're having me go directly to your root chakra. That is in the base of your spine. It's a red circle. We're going to expand it so I can take a little bit better look here because they're saying the roots have had to be cut so you can get yourself in a situation psychologically to move into the new situation, the new space, the new whatever it is. But what they're saying is we can have some roots in even when we're moving because they're saying we need some roots to keep grounded so our head is straight so that we can make it as painless as possible and less stress. Now, they're saying the stress and anxiety, which is very normal, is really kind of giving your adrenals a run for their money. So what they're saying is if you find yourself thinking about it too much when there's not decisions to be made, just request yourself to set it down for a moment. They're saying compartmentalize, because when we just let our minds take control, it will take us often in an overload spin-off of anxiety, stress, fear, anxiety. It's very normal, especially with the move. So what we're going to do is focus in on your root chakra, beautiful red spinning wheel of light. We're just going to imagine, this is very simple imagery here, we're doing imagine roots coming out of that chakra. We're not going to put them all the way into the ground because, well, you're leaving this area. So what we're going to do is just let them be there and get nutrients and feed that root chakra so it doesn't feel so shut off and you feel overwhelmed with life, let's just call it now. So what they're saying is we're going through your nervous system and soothing it. We're putting ice energy all over it, so cooling because of the inflammation. They're saying vitamin B complex is going to be wonderful for you to have while you're, even when you get to where you're going with the things that go along with, landing somewhere, so to speak. So what they're saying is take care of yourself. Recognize when your mind wanders. Epsom salts baths are going to be chock full of magnesium. They're saying it's going to help you sleep so your nervous system can repair. So enough of the anatomy and physiology. Let's take a look at this move. Can you tell me what state you're in and what state you're going to, or city if it's in the same state? Can you give me that so I can see a better view?
Sure. I'm in Colorado, and I'm trying. I have an offer on the table to move to East Colorado to take a job and to live out there. So I'm wondering if that's going to go through, or if that's going to, or if I need to look for something else.
Well, they're saying what we're doing now is we're playing both ends here. So what we have is very commonly, it's natural for us to think everything's set in stone. It's either a yes or a no already. That's not the truth. We have free will. All of us have it. So the people that are in charge of choosing you or someone else, or however the chooser has free will. They haven't made up their mind yet fully, it doesn't look like. But they're giving me green lights that you have a really huge chance, over 51%, of getting the job. But what they want to do is they want you to keep that ace always in your back pocket. Keep looking for other jobs just to satiate that anxiety, so you'll have a plan B. And if plan A goes through, take it if you want. They're saying that flat land over there in East Colorado will be nice. You can always drive to the mountains if you want a little mountain action. They're showing that area being good for you, but they're just saying the likelihood is high, but because we have that element of everyone has free will and is making whimsical choices every second of the day sometimes, they're saying always back yourself up. Keep a joker in the back pocket, an ace in the back pocket where you can play and say, hey, if this doesn't go through, even though it's looking good, even though it's looking shiny, if it doesn't, I have plan B. And that will satiate a little bit of that anxiety that I had to kind of help cool down so I could do the actual reading. So take care of your nervous system. Just, you don't even have to apply for other jobs. Just kind of take a look, keep the energy a little bit moving around the websites that you look for jobs, or however that does for you or whatever. And they're saying, where you're at right now doesn't look like it's so traumatic. So even if this does fall through and you don't have a plan B right away, they're saying that you can move and shake. You'll get something worked out. They're just asking you to watch your nervous system.
Okay. I don't have to look for another job. I have a good job right now, but I have to look for another place to live because my roommate right now is kind of like kicking me out. So that's why I'm all anxious.
Too.
Yeah, that's why my nerves are all shot and I have so much anxiety.
Anxiety. Okay, well, then let's just take a look at that really quickly. Now, I lived in Boulder, Colorado for 5 years, and I'm going to tell you the housing is just crap. It's hard to find anything within affordable rates. I don't know exactly where you're at in Colorado, but most of Colorado gets pricey. That's why they were saying if you land that job out east, bravo, you get a little, dip in rent there. But they're saying the only thing we can suggest to you now is physical action, which is putting the feelers out, getting on, roommate websites. They're saying even, again, having that ace in the back pocket of there's a temporary hotel I can stay in for a week if something doesn't fly, or maybe line something up with friends around there. They're saying the retail moves so quickly. Mandee can attest to this. She lived in Boulder as well. It moves very quickly. So just put the feelers out. Something will pop up. Now, when do you have to be out?
By the middle of the month.
Okay, so you have just under 2 weeks. I found places in less time than that. I believe that you can too in Boulder, Colorado. Put the feelers out, put the action out, as opposed to feeling the anxiety and stress. Get on Craigslist, get on a website, start looking, moving the energy, because they're saying if you keep sorting through, it's like a rummage sale. Something will pop up that you want.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Christine, I pulled some angel cards for you too. They want you to know that the first one I pulled was Archangel Michael. You are very protected right now. I know it doesn't feel like it at this time. It's a little scary. It's a little shaky, but you're very protected. And that, the universe and the angels, they're wanting you to focus on kind of forgiveness a little. They're bringing that up just for yourself, whatever's going on with the roommate situation and whatever happened before, just so that it doesn't take your energy. Just saying, whatever's happening right now is for my highest good, and I honor that. I pulled some cards looking at your potential move out east, and it showed the Six of Swords, which is all about journeying to a new external adventure, the Seven of Pentacles, which is kind of growing some money, sitting there, seeing what happens, and Page of Pentacles, growing new and different money. They're showing like a good potential, and that's the thing. Everything's just a potential. So if you do move out east, they're looking like it might cause some happiness for you, some excitement, maybe a little bit more affordable as far as rent and things go, and that you might really enjoy that space and that time to yourself, even though it's a new and big adventure. Do you have a lot of close friends near where you live now? Is that part of what your decision is, not wanting to leave some friends behind?
No, not really.
Okay, because I pulled a friend's card too, and I just couldn't tell if it was trying to sit with the energy you're staying in now, or if there's more friends for you at the end of this new potential out east. Are you already interviewing for that job out in eastern Colorado?
Yes, I already technically I got offered the position, but there was like some technical issues because I have a dog, so they're trying to see whether I can actually come with my dog, because they actually pay for housing as well, but I'm not sure if they'll be able to pay for the housing because I have pay for my room, because it's in a hotel, so I don't know if they'll be able to pay for my room because of their policy or whatever. So I'm just waiting back for that answer, and I'm just anxious as hell trying to, because I hope that the answer is yes, and I even offered to pay for my own room. If that's the case.
Yeah. I think they're trying to make it work for you. Nothing, like Jenny always explains, nothing's, set in stone right now. But I'm getting some kind of green lights that they really like you. They want to make it work for you, and that they're trying to bend that a little for you. So just put some good energy around it, saying, I really hope this works out. If it doesn't, I trust it's for my highest good. And like Jenny said, start looking around for some other things in the area where you currently are to move to, but have a little faith, because I think that they do really like you, and they're trying to make some things work for you out there. And then it looks like there's going to be some new friends coming into your life in the near future, probably over the summertime. So look forward to that, because you've got a sense of community coming to you too.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate your help.
Oh, you are so welcome. Good luck with everything, Christine. And when you get out, when you get worried, just take a few breaths and concentrate on the few things you're grateful for in the moment, whether it's your dog or your current job or your legs for walking or eyes for seeing, whatever it can be. I always encourage people when they have anxiety to just take a few breaths and say, all right, what can I be grateful for in the moment that I can control and I do have control over? Right. So you just take good care of yourself, all right?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
God bless.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that moving. I moved more times in 5 years than I have in all the rest of my years of my life when I lived in Boulder. So much movement there. It's a gypsy city.
It really is. I was thinking about that too, because I lived out there for 4 or 5 years, and I lived in Boulder, Parker, Aurora, and Denver. So you can definitely easily get around, especially if you're in that area.
Yep.
So if you're just tuning in, you were here with the Alchemy Sisters. We're here most Monday nights. We take live callers sometimes. We typically have a guest that we interview, and we learn more about their skills and what it is they offer. And tonight, Jenny and I are just taking some readings and sitting with the current energy at the moment. So if you're interested in a reading, please give us a call. The call-in number is 323-642-1188. Again, that's 323-642-1188. And we are the Alchemy Sisters, here most Monday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Standard Time on Heart Over Ego Radio. And you can follow us on Facebook.com. We have 2 pages. One is we have 3 pages, Heart Over Ego, Heart Over Ego Radio, and the Alchemy Sisters. And we love to interact. All right.
Absolutely.
We do have a couple more callers lined up. Are you ready to do another one, Jenny? Or you have anything you want to reflect upon?
Nope. I think that we're ready for the next caller.
All right. The next one that we're going to take is 347. Hi, 347.
Hello.
You're with the Alchemy Sisters. Who are we speaking with?
Hello. My name is Aaliyah.
Hi, Aaliyah. How can we support you tonight?
I just wanted a reading on relationships and stuff.
Oh, Aaliyah, can you speak up just a little louder? You're kind of going in and out, and we can't quite hear you.
I said I just wanted a reading on relationships, or people who you see coming my way.
Much better. Okay, I heard that time. Could you hear her, Jenny?
Yep. Do you want me to start us off?
Sure, go for it.
Hi, Aaliyah. This is Jenny. First of all, we're just going to go expansive real quick on you. We don't know if you'll follow with this. We think you will. We'll see. The idea of past lives. Some people like it, some people don't. Let's just talk about it casually as if it's no big deal. So what they're showing is a lot of karma around relationships. So when you call asking for relationship information, advice, however you want to say it, they're saying, of course she's going to. This is one of her bigger topics this lifetime that she's interested in looking at, healing, moving, healing ultimately. So what we're doing now, first of all, is we're going to go into the heart chakra. It's at the center of your chest. It's a green spinning wheel of light.
You said it was karma and relationship and past life.
Yes.
Is that good karma?
No. For you, it's karma. Karma it can be good or bad, but what they're saying is you've got some really interesting and this is very common, by the way. Don't take offense, if please. But what they're saying is it's very common to come in and want to work on your self-esteem, your self-worth, your self-love. That sounds all very cliche and fine and dandy and all, but the reality of it is it's a huge karma in order to heal our own insecurities so that we can show up healthily in relationships and expect what we're worth. So they're saying that's one of your big karmas, and the reason that you're working on that is because, well, in a few past lives, you've been emotionally abused, physically abused, psychologically abused. In a lot of life you haven't been, but there is a pattern of being emotionally and verbally and maybe even physically, and God knows it could be sexually too, abused in some relationships. So what they're saying is we're telling you, and you can take as much of it or as little of it as you want, we're saying you're here on this planet for many reasons, one of which is to love yourself so immaculately that you raise your vibration so high that now you're putting yourself in a class or a frequency that is only allowing heartful individuals to have access to your heart, your love, your time, your energy. So they're saying you're doing good work, bravo, you're getting a standing ovation from the spirit guides, bravo that you chose to come in this life and work on things. The courageousness is there, even though if you feel like it's not, you're very courageous. So they're saying, we see opportunities for you to have potential to heal in relationships in the nearest future, but we're not going to promise that they're going to be the forever always. You're the determiner of that and circumstance and things like that. But what they're saying is you've got a lot of healing to do, and you'll do it by you can do it many ways, but one way is being exposed to relationships. So, yes, there will be, if not already, relationships in your present, future, near future. But what they're saying is go into it with your head held high and your heart chakra beaming, and you saying, I love myself more than this at this point. If this person can prove their whatever you're looking for, compatibility, you know, anything you would be choosing in a partner. They're committed, they're funny, whatever you look for. They're saying go into it as if you're the determiner and chooser, as opposed to being at the whims of someone else's emotion space. They're saying this is going to give you a little bit of an advantage so you don't get your heart steamrolled all the time. Believe me, I know all about it. Empath, you're an empath. You're an old soul. Healer, teacher, seeker. If you're not already working in the healing arts, I'm sure you'll play around with it, or you don't have to in this lifetime, but you may. But what they're saying is, let's look at that solar plexus at the center of the stomach. It's a yellow chakra. It needs work. So I'm just pumping it full of white light. So again, you're the determiner of what happens in your future. There's circumstance and situations that present themselves, but you're the chooser ultimately, even if you feel like you don't have a choice in some situations. Ultimately, you are the chooser. So they're saying take that power back, then go into the dating scene, the dating world, with a beefed-up energy field so that you can present yourself, make decisions based on all things, including the heart, but not only the heart. So let's see. What year were you born?
1996.
Yes, 22. Yes, yes, or 23 or however old you are. Yes. They're saying hard time, huh, Mandee? Do you remember 23? Yeah. So just
oh my God, I'm not even the same person I was. It's a growing time there, sweet sister.
Yes, and you feel like, you know, it's everything now or never, but it's not. And you are going to continue to heal and move through and find more healthy relationships. Just keep the head held high. Mandee, are you getting anything for her?
I am. Leah, you've been through the ringer already in this lifetime, and as Jenny was saying, in past lifetimes too. Are you currently in a relationship?
I was, but
yeah,
now
but you're not right. You were, but you're not right now?
No.
Okay. It's okay. Your angels are coming in, and they want you to know that you're highly protected at this time. They're wanting you to focus a lot more on the things Jenny was talking about, making healthy choices for yourself, you know, really making a list. Today is the new moon, so it's a good time to make a list of all the qualities that we want in a partner. And not only that, all the qualities we want to reflect in a relationship as well. So for you, it's a really good opportunity to start kind of manifesting the things that you want, and use this time to really focus on how you can heal and better your own life, whether that's being a little more active or feeding yourself some more nutritious food or doing some meditations, taking some walks out in nature, things like that, things that make you feel more balanced and more of what you deserve. They're showing a little bit of time before your next relationship comes in, just because it looks like you're getting a little stronger, a little healthier, working on some things that you really want. And then I don't know if you're working now, but you're either going to make some more money there or get a new kind of opportunity for some more money coming in over the summertime. And that they're really trying to bring in a new caliber of the type of person that you're dating. So not right now, but in the near future, probably not even too long. Sometimes Jenny can get a little more specific on that, but I'm seeing about 6 months to a year or so before a new good potential comes in. Now, they are saying there's going to be an opportunity for you to date 1 or 2 people before that longer relationship, and there's going to be some opportunities to say thank you, but no. Does that make sense? Sometimes it's kind of hard to maybe break up or say, no, this isn't serving me, but they're going to throw a few little kind of testers.
Right now.
Okay, you're doing that with someone now? It's hard too?
No, I'm talking to somebody right now, but we're just friends right now.
Okay. Make sure that
that's it.
Yeah, make sure that you're exactly, and that's what they're kind of showing, like lots of fun and happiness for you this summer. Make sure that you're really focusing on you, because the potential for a serious relationship is going to come a little later on, and they do. They want you to be finding your self-worth, setting in firm boundaries, and really working on the things that make you happy and light you up, and then have a partner that complements that. So no settling anymore in this lifetime, and that'll help heal up some of the karma from past lifetimes, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thanks for calling in, Aaliyah. We hope you have a great night.
Okay, you too.
Bye-bye.
someone offered me $1 million cash on a silver platter, if that would actually fit, let's pretend it would, I wouldn't take it.
Okay.
To go back to 22 years old, I wouldn't take it. I think that was a tough time for sure for anyone.
Oh, man, they're really transformative. I think about that all the time in our society and how, we're legal adults at age 18 because of the times past. But really, the way we are today, the way our brains are, like, we're not even fully developed until we're 25. And there's so much learning and growing that has to be done. And we learn so much in those times. I was joking around. I'm like, I'm not even the same person I was. Of course I am to the core. Of course I still had similar interests, but man, have I learned and grown since then. And man, have my relationships changed since then as well. So just if you are young, even if you're not young, hold space for yourself, because there's always time to learn and grow and up-level the type of experience that you want to bring in and that you truly deserve.
Yeah, totally. Good advice. Yeah, and in just life, being a human, just coming here at all is pretty brave. This is not the easiest incarnation you could have chosen.
No, not one bit. Well, on that happy note, let's see who our next Earth Warrior is. We're going to be taking a call from 720. Hi, 720. You are with the Alchemy Sisters. Who are we speaking with?
Good evening, sisters. My name is Dee Dee, and I'm calling from Denver today as well. I heard you all speaking about Colorado earlier.
Jennie and I met out in Boulder, so that's where this whole thing started. And you said your name was Dee Dee?
Oh, that's beautiful. Yes, it is.
Perfect. Well, make sure I heard that right. Oh, well, awesome. Welcome, Denver sister. How can we support you tonight?
Kind of interested in finances and love, kind of, but I guess I'll just see what goes on.
Finances and love. You got it.
Yeah.
You want to start us off, Jennie?
Sure.
Thank you.
Yes. No problem. Thanks for calling in. Well, first of all, they're showing some character. They're giving me some character references of you, and I'll just state them, how they're coming in. You be the determiner if I'm right or wrong. But they're showing you being wildly competent, so competent that, in fact, you might even at one point consider yourself very intuitive or get information from a higher source or tuned in, tuned out, however you want to describe it. So they're showing, you've done my job in lots of past lives. So they're saying you've incarnated so many times, again, an old soul, love our old souls that call in. They're saying on some level, your level, are you working right now? Do you have a job right now?
Yes.
Okay. And then maybe are you looking for something better paying or better? Or are you happy where you're at?
Yes. Yes, I'm looking for something better. Got burnt out on what I've been doing.
Well, they're saying that you're likable, hireable, and enjoyable. So what we're suggesting, if you're not already doing it, is then doing the next step to desiring something new. The next step after manifesting it in your mind and letting your mind wander and letting it fly out there is then to back it up with physicality, something physical. So then what they're suggesting, and again, if you're not already, we don't see a ton of details in the amount of time we have today, but what they're showing is putting in your resume. They're saying spread out the possibility, and because of your competency, you're going to get chosen for a job. So they're saying if you're, again, not already, minimal effort should push that into a nice downward flow, meaning an easy flow into finding something more beneficial. Now, again, we've had a couple callers, one from California, one that's living in Colorado, you're in Denver. Not the cheapest places to live. So we have like a pattern in our callers. Everyone's living in expensive places. But what they're saying is, and then also, even if you find a better paying job, they're saying the cost of living is such that it's difficult to, get ahead, get a leg up. So what they're saying is go at it from both angles, and this is just strategy, simple strategy. Desire and back up with putting out resumes to get a new, better, more paying job. But then also they're saying, and I'm sure you already do this, most humans do in the working class like we all are, looking for breaks in the living situation. I don't know if there's other cities around you. I haven't lived out there in a while that might be a little cheaper, and who knows, if you land a new job on the other side of town, you might find that you can shift and move into a place that's a little more reasonable. And I know there's hardly any reasonable places around Denver area, but they're saying keep that in the manifestation. Get that in the just put it out there. If there is, that you land it. If there's one out there to be landed, you're landing it. So just put it on that end too, where your finances or your expenditures come down just a touch, if you can wrangle it. So they're saying just give it a shot. But let's see, if we had to put a date on it, they're showing me 2-3. So this is 2 to 3 weeks or 2 to 3 months. They're saying more like 2 to 3 months. But they're saying that's when you have really ripe time to land something. And again, there's so many variables that come into reading the future. I don't like to place my integrity on guesses. So what I say is anything's possible. This free will that we have floating around just can shift the winds at any given moment. But if I were to just take a glance from where I'm looking now, 2 to 3 months, you're going to have something new and better. And they're showing also a move in your physical location. So, again, you be the determiner, but likely if you shift that energy up, your living situation might change too. And, again, perfect opportunity to try to land something just a little bit more affordable, even if it's just $100 less a month or something. So, but what do you like to do? What is your job? Because they're showing you have a lot of, skills, but what do you work in? What do you do?
I'm an advocate for the mental and disabled adults.
You're a what? Can you say it one more time?
Advocate. Like I do day program coordinating for the mental and physical disabled adults in the community.
I hear you now. Yes, wonderful healer, teacher, old soul. Again, backing that up with that social work. Wonderful. And just to let you in on something that Mandee and I talk about, my business partner here, the other Alchemy Sister, we tell our healer friends, healer, teacher, seeker friends, we don't get paid a lot now, but the way that we're going, one of the reasons we incarnate here is to be a big shift in the switching of heart and ego, meaning bringing more heart energy to the planet as opposed to ego, starvation, hate, greed, all the things that are yucky feeling. We come here to alchemize, to learn and do other things, but to alchemize the energy and make it a more heartful dimension. You are here playing the game with us, and your key point is healer. So you hold space for the community, and you're very heartful. Again, they're showing take care of yourself as well. You're also in need of assistance and love and compassion. So be cautious and aware of that, and give back to yourself best you can, even if it's just a bath. But what they're saying is, on some level, you're going to be in abundance. So they're saying right now it's a little shaky and a little tight, but in the next decade, the shift of the planet is going to happen. It's happening as we see it. You see kind of big pillars coming down, like politics is exposing its nastiness, religion is exposing its nastiness. We're basically watching Rome fall. So there's going to be a shift and a change. It's the perfect time. So in 9-ish years, healers will be paid what we're worth. Teachers will be paid what they're worth. It'll be a different energy to where you'll get the kickbacks that you deserve. So thank you for coming here and putting your nose to the grindstone. Thanks for showing up for next to nothing for pay like the rest of us. And they're saying you are getting spiritual brownie points even if you're not getting the brand new car that you want. They're saying the spiritual brownie points are brilliant. You're getting the gold nuggets of spirituality. Thank you for showing up. Again, abundance is right around the corner from you, but the bigger abundance space that I see coming in is when we all get paid what we're worth and get the work that we desire, and that's in a more loving, caring place. So thanks for showing up to help us with that. Mandee, you getting anything?
Thank you. I appreciate that. That was beautiful.
I'm getting a lot for you, Dee Dee, actually. Things are like you're in surrender right now. You're ready for a change. You're ready for new things. But I'm seeing more money coming your way. I pulled the 10 of Pentacles for you. They're showing possible promotion where you're at or another job that is going to pay more. Are you applying for anything else yet?
I'm actually trying to build my business. I've been trying to build my own business.
Beautiful.
Wonderful.
That's looking really good. And when you said that, the green lights kind of went off. It felt really good. And is that going to be doing a similar work to what you're doing now or something different?
No, something different. It's actually selling paparazzi jewelry. Everything is $5 lead and nickel free. So it's being a fashion consultant, and I can make, it's no limit on what I can make hourly, or it's just open flow of income.
Awesome. Well, enjoy that. They're showing you juggling both right now, but it's okay. They're also showing your heart has been getting a lot of healing. Did you go through a recent heartache, or did you go through some heartache and you're still kind of sewing that up a little bit?
Yes.
Okay. They want you to know
that
that is actively healing, and you're really getting to a state where you really kind of are like, all right, I love and forgive myself, for being in the situations I was in. I love and forgive the experiences that happened to me because they grew me into who I am. And they don't want it to let you close your heart off it anymore. And they're actually showing your heart starting to open more and more and more right now. And I pulled a few angel cards for you. One is spiritual support. You've got angels and guides and ancestors on your side like crazy. They're kind of giggling and saying that they talk to you all the time and they send you signs and that you know this and that you talk with them. So that looks really beautiful. You have a beautiful relationship there. And they want you to know you're really manifesting some miracles right now. You pulled Archangel Orion. That's a great one to pull, especially on a new moon. Get really clear with what it is you want to call in. Set some numbers that you want to achieve in your business that you're creating right now, and allow your day job to support you with that. At the same time, do your best to spend some time when you have some free time with friends and family and doing things you love, because the joy and the distraction is actually going to help really increase your abundance more and more. And then, like Jenny said, I'm seeing a future career path later on, if you so choose, doing some kind of energy work and some healing and speaking, using your voice. They're showing your voice too, so maybe some counseling type things. But just be really open to whatever kind of amazing ventures you kind of naturally move into. And then they are showing love coming your way. Not right now, in a little while, probably it might be like about a year out or so. It's really not that long in the long scheme of things. It sounds long now, but it's really not. And it's someone who's much more on your vibration, someone who's going to make you laugh, and then something to do with the arts. Do you enjoy looking at art or checking out art or something?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I think your future partner is going to have something to do with that as well. So they're giving me that sign. Sometimes they'll show kind of like adventurers, or sometimes they'll give me just a little glimpse into a partner, and they're just showing some sort of connection around the arts with this future partner. So look forward to that.
Beautiful.
Stay present. Stay in an attitude of gratitude, and really start calling in and manifesting what it is that you want and deserve, because you deserve it, sister. And allow yourself to really go above and beyond and dream big, because you have some really big capacities to make some significant change. Kind of like what Jenny was talking about. In about 10 years, you're going to be making some good money and feeling really happy and in love and loving where you're living. And it looks like your career completely evolves and shifts, all for your happiness. So just hang in there and receive, and just keep being present each day.
Beautiful. I appreciate it.
Oh, you are so welcome.
That's beautiful.
Thanks for calling in, Dee Dee. Oh, you're so welcome.
Thank you.
Enjoy your day. Enjoy Denver. Tell it we said hello. And, yes, all of our best.
Thank you very
Bye-bye.
much. Blessings to you, sister. Thank you. Blessings
you
to
as
you both.
well. You too. Bye-bye. All right. That was wonderful, Jenny.
Yeah, I love her energy. So much. She's so vibrant. She could sell just about anything whatever she wants to sell. She could sell it.
Totally. And the thing is, she's working on selling. That's going to go well for her. And that's just going to be one stepping stone. That's the cool thing. Sometimes Jenny and I get little insights as to what people are doing at this current time, and how, they're passionate about it, it serves them, and then it leads them right into another thing. So it'll be exciting for Dee Dee to see how her life starts to unfold.
So exciting. Yeah, I wish that all my entrepreneurial friends could just go full steam, full-time into their own business, but sometimes we need to back it up with a little side job. And she may have to do that at the beginning, but success is hers.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we are coming to the end of our show, and we thank everyone who called in, who participated. I love holding this space with you, Jenny. It's fun when we jump on and do some readings sometimes, because sometimes we're just doing our interviews. And if you liked our show, we'd love to play with you on Facebook. Come play with us on Facebook on the Alchemy Sisters. And like we said, we're here most Monday nights. And Jenny likes to close us out and share a lot of our info. So I'll hand it on over to you, Jenny.
Thank you, Mandee. I want to thank all of our listeners. Thanks for the callers. We're here most Monday nights. A lot of times we do readings. Sometimes we don't. Most of the time we have someone that we're interviewing that does some cool healing modality. But we are the Alchemy Sisters. I'm Jennie McDaniel. My business partner is Mandee Elam. She's in South Florida. I'm in North California. We're making this nice little small world, bringing everyone together. You can find us, the Alchemy Sisters, on Facebook /The Alchemy Sisters. You can also find us Facebook /Heart Over Ego and Facebook /Heart Over Ego Radio. You can also find us, Mandee and our lovely Heidi Summers, who do their Friday shows on Womb Magic, and that's on Facebook as well. Let's see, if you're interested in looking at some videos that we have and listening to us with some imagery, we are on YouTube, and that's Heart Over Ego Radio. And you can find us on all major apps for podcasts. So Spreaker is our big one, Google Play, Stitcher, Pocket Cast, Spotify, Public Radio. We love you all. Come see us again. And until next time, have a lovely week.
Have a great night.
What if you could change your life? What if the sorrow could become joy and the darkness the light? What if you could heal not only yourself but those around you? Well, you can. This is Alchemy, and these are the Alchemy Sisters. Join psychic Jennie McDaniel and spiritual advisor Mandee Elam for a magical 1-hour journey into esoteric spiritual discussions.